Hey guys, Rob from Georgia here with you, aka VHS82 apostrophe, with our ongoing 31 days of our October, 31 days of horror. Happy October though, right? It is Wednesday, happy Wednesday, and well, after today, we're in a final stretch run. And I think from here on out after today, after I get done talking just a couple minutes of what I think is the greatest horror film of all time, which must be seen in right around Halloween, probably on Halloween, actually, if you can, after a smorgasbord of other good things. I think I'm just going to hit all Halloween stuff, man. I'm just going to hit what I think is some of my favorite stuff, like that, you know, be it zombies films or the infamous Part 3 or Producer's Cut, get down to the very, very end. And I do have something special, a couple of us do actually, and I hope we all stick to it and do it, because I think it'll be pretty cool to hear the different comments as to how we chose to view the film that we've chosen for, and that's just a couple I know. Anyways, it is day number 25. I was gonna push this up closer, but I want to do Halloween stuff. I just want to watch some Halloween movies and just ride this thing to the end. But on day 25, City of the Living Dead, Lucio Fulci, an absolute masterpiece of freaking terror. I don't do this often, but from the back of my Cauldron 4K release, which you see the menu screen up, when a priest hangs himself in a cemetery, he opens the gates of hell in a mysterious New England town of Dunwhich. At the same moment, a psychic named Mary Woodhouse, that is Katrina McCall, house by the cemetery, the Beyond, enters a trance and witnesses the cosmic events unfold, causing her to seemingly die of fright. After being buried alive, she is rescued by skeptical reporter Peter Bell, that is Christopher George. Pieces enter the ninja, who joins her on a journey toward Dunwich to help close the gates of hell before evil is unleashed upon the world. Will they be able to close the gates in time, or will the souls of Dunwich be forever stuck in the twilight void? Lucio Fulci's gut-spewing, brain-smashing, head-drilling, Lovecraftian zombie nightmare. Can I just say that one more time? Lucio Fulci's gut-spewing, brain-smashing, head-drilling, Lovecraftian zombie nightmare features an amazing list of Italian talent, which I'm not going to go any further. You get the idea, and most of you have seen this movie, but I mean, I can't get over this, man. Gut-spewing, brain-smashing, head-drilling, Lovecraftian zombie nightmare. Do you need any more reason to watch this on Halloween? I mean, come on. The reversible on this Cauldron release is pretty epic too, by the way. Poster inside, which I never taken it out, because actually the Arrow release, which I'll show you in a second, gave me a much better poster. It's the only thing that really... got the score in here by Frizzy, 3 discs actually, the one is in. But the reversible cover art, let me just show you guys real quick. I so absolutely love this release. This is, of course, I got the Blu-ray in now, but this is the 4K release by Cauldron. Yeah, so this is what I love. Talk about nostalgia city, man. That is the cover art I remember on the Paragon video release back in the day. What I would have rented from the video store, right? My connection to this film goes back to when I was a kid. The radio spots on, I was gonna say TV, on the radio just would fill my imagination with just the most insane images of terror. This was going along the drive-in circuit. Unfortunately, I wasn't old enough, and I didn't have parents that saw they saw value in horror. They didn't see much value in some of the shocking stuff that was hitting the drive-ins, like House by the Cemetery. I think that was probably drive-in circuit, the Beyond. Probably a lot of other Italian stuff, but I'm the Gates of Hell. it's really too bad because I wish I had memories of peering over the seat when I was supposed to be sleeping, getting glimpses of this, but I don't, unfortunately. But I do remember my 25-inch console TV laying on the floor watching all of its glory on VHS, which I'm so glad. This 4K, you can't really tell here because it's the Blu-ray, but I'm just saying this is one of my favorite transfers in terms of 4K releases, and I'm glad because it's, like I said, my favorite horror movie of all time. With the Arrow release, well, besides, of course, Boom, some just awesome artwork. The score comes in here. Let me just open this up. This Cauldron release is fantastic. Look at that junk, man. Just absolutely fantastic. I got just stickers and stuff that came with that. They're somewhere back there. Or you can run with the old standard Blue Underground DVD from back in the day. I mean, nothing wrong with that, man. It's still good stuff, man. Right? It's still good stuff, man. The Arrow, though, man. The infamous Arrow box set, which was so... Look at all that junk, man. Fulci's building Fulci City, Stephen Thrower. Freaking fantastic. Nice little book came in with it. And let me just see if I can't just show you one picture. Look at that junk, man. And the Arrow. Bunch of cards and stuff. Yeah, some other things. Great stuff, man. City of the Living Dead. And if you didn't know, and you got some Lovecraft in your collection, man, The Evil Clergyman, which is this is my second and the second part to a 2-volume set of his stuff. You know, it's just I loved some of the description of the priest. The newcomer was a thin, dark man of medium height, attired in a clerical garb of the Anglican Church. He was apparently about 30 years old with a sallow olive complexion and fairly good features, but had normally high forehead. His black hair was well cut, neatly brushed, and he was clean shaven. The blue-chinned with a heavy growth of beard. He wore rimless spectacles with steel brows. His build and lower facial features were like other clergymen I had seen, but he had vastly higher forehead and was a darker, more intelligent-looking, also more subtly and conceitedly evil-looking. Dude, that's the priest hanging from the tree, right? Lovecraft, man. Lovecraft inspired. One of the reasons why I love the Gates of Hell trilogy so much is it's Lovecraft. Some call it his Lovecraft trilogy, although it is the loosely connected the Gates of Hell trilogy, right? City of the Living Dead, 1980. Runs 1 hour, 33 minutes. Christopher George, man. Katrina McCall, of course. Giovanni Lamberto Radici. Rip, man. Rest in peace, buddy, man. We miss you. As Bob, of course, and Michele Sauvé is a little bit of a cameo type thing in here. Small role. Come on now. Frizzy, Savati, Tomasi, Darasi, Cicchetti. The reason why the Gates of Hell and the reason why Fulci had such a great run from like 79 Zombie right up to the Ripper, probably New York Ripper, that stretch right there, man, including the pinnacle of it is the Gates of Hell trilogy, is because of who he was surrounded by. I mean, anyone who is surrounded by that kind of talent is going to create crazy stuff, man, bonkers stuff, and he did create bonkers stuff. I consider the Gates of Hell trilogy, as loosely connected as it is, to be the greatest horror trilogy of all time. I consider City of the Living Dead, aka the Gates of Hell, to be the greatest horror film. It is number 1 on my top 100, which, if you look down at my channel, in fact, I have a playlist I just created for what I did back during the summer, I think. It is my top number 1 horror film of all time. It is what it is, man. Look, the atmosphere, it just oozes off the screen. I think the drill press scene with Bob is got to be one of the greatest practical effects ever seen in cinema. You know, when you see the gut spewing, puking up scene. Yeah, you know, as you get up to 4K, you know, even Blu-ray, good Blu-ray, the Arrow. Yeah, I mean, you know, parts of that appliance you can really start to see through, pretty obvious. But man, 4K or no 4K, the drill press scene remains one of the greatest moments of horror cinema history. There are scenes, man. You got the dead at the end, man. The last like 10 minutes are just out of this world, man. The dead are coming up out of the ground, man. You've got just the appearances around town. You've got this priest, right, that opens up, that just hangs himself, and that unleashes the gates of hell. And I visited that cemetery. In fact, I'm pretty sure I dropped the link down below. First one, top one. Dunwhich, the cemetery at Midway. Now, on the Cauldron release, they do have on one of the docks a trip to St. Bonaventure Cemetery, which is some of the interior shots. But I went to Midway. I wish they would have sent somebody to Midway, because that is the cemetery. I mean, that is what you see when the priest hangs himself, the church in the background. And if you look down below and click down there, I really need more views on that thing. I don't know why I don't have any more views. I mean, it's not everyone goes to Midway Cemetery and hangs out at the cemetery of where one of the greatest horror films of all time was shot. So I check it out, man, down there. It's right there, easy. Just go click and boom. The Gates of Hell, man. There's some scenes in here that still bother me, man. When in the mortuary, when the guy is taking souvenirs off the bodies, man, and the one takes a chunk out of his hand, dude, that is just gnarly, man, gnarly. The scene in their house when they can hear the corpse upstairs moving around is pretty terrifying. There's still scenes in here. McCall's character, when she's buried alive, and Christopher George's character is with a pickaxe trying to get her out of the coffin. That's pretty terrifying and beautifully shot, man. So much of this movie is so stinking beautiful. Shot right down in Georgia, man. It's just the atmosphere, the score by Frizzy, the writing by Sacchetti, the editing. It is nightmare logic through and through and through and through. It is a nightmare that just unfolds before the screen. And I'm telling you, if I ever get a chance, I've seen The Beyond on the big screen. If I ever can see City of the Living Dead on the big screen, it will be beyond epic. It would be beyond epic. If I can get my hands on the original Paragon VHS, that will be pretty epic as well, or the Anchor Bay release of it. I would love that for my collection. But here at day 25, man, before I kind of just slip into the last few days of Halloween films, I just wanted to just make sure that my love, that my passion and my zeal for Lucio Fulci, for the Gates of Hell, for City of the Living Dead, was heard through and through and through and through. This is a mandatory. This ought to be a staple of every. In fact, the movie, for the most part, much of the movie takes place on Halloween, as they're trying to get this done before All Saints Day, when the Gates of Hell will just be completely open and the dead will overrun the earth. Bob's character, just so much in this movie, man. Just so much. I could go on and on and on, but this is supposed to be short bursts, and I'm going longer than I should. It's already, I see where it is. But anyways, I just wanted to throw all this mess at you, and as we roll in, make sure, and I didn't check, but I would be shocked if City of the Living Dead wasn't either on Prime or Shudder for sure. I would imagine it's on Shudder, though. Check it out and see if it is. Yeah, so the next few days are just going to be Halloween films, man. Probably go chronological in terms of the year until I get to the day 31. So here, man, in the midst, rolling towards the end of 31 days of horror, enjoy it. Enjoy the ride this last week. It's going to be over, man. And when it's over, it's over. And what do we got to think about? Well, turkey for one. So that's something good if you're a, if you love food like I love food. And then Christmas time, man. And then I won't, but I'm sure some will have their 12 days of Christmas running or even longer. But just to see this October run through will be quite an accomplishment for me, and I'm good with that this year. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy the last few days. Enjoy it, man. Just soak it up, man. Soak it up. It's gonna be done. It's gonna be over with. Halloween is gonna be behind us. Yet one more. So do not let it go by without watching this for hopefully the millionth time. And if you can, see if the standard release for Cauldron still has their, see it if it's still in print. It's so well worth it. It's so well worth it. Anyhow, man, we always end these things off with Go Bills.
This is not a dream. Not a dream. We might be useful to you.